Was he slow? No. Good kid. Devil behind the wheel. Was he slow? Retarded means slow. Was he slow? No. What the hell else more do you need to know?
Baby Driver was written and directed by Edgar Wright. It is about a young driver named Baby who is really good at what he does. He's a really good driver, and he has to pay off a debt. He has to pay off this debt that he owes Kevin Spacey, which is a really good actor in this movie. And Baby meets a girl that he falls in love with at this diner, and so it kind of goes off of he really doesn't want to drive that much, and it kind of the plot goes back and forth of him. You know, he's really good at what he does, and everybody wants him on the heist crew, but he doesn't want to do it. I mean, he loves driving, but he cares about people. He doesn't want to kill them. So that's what this movie's about. We don't want to go too in depth on this non-spoiler review, but yeah. So what were your guys' initial thoughts on the movies when you saw it? What did you guys think?
Well, obviously it did get 100 or 98 now on Rotten Tomatoes, so I came to this movie sort of expecting a good movie, and I can definitely see why it got such high ratings. And one thing right off the bat I really liked about this movie was the music. The way they interpreted music into, like, the editing, the way it was directed was really nice. And, like, his Baby he was in an accident when he was younger, and you can see he had ringing in his ears, and he used music to drown it out.
Sinusitis.
I think they did a really good job of making him see, like, a mute, but then he was still, like, a total, like, beast when it comes to driving, you know?
And what's funny is he always needed to have the music on beat when he was driving. You know, he could never, if music was off pace of his driving, he had to restart the music and stuff like that. So music was a huge, influence in his life. And if you guys really like those like movies that like have really good music and really good editing to it, it's gonna be amazing. It's really good.
It has lots of classical tunes that people from the 70s and even nowadays would know. So
yeah, and then towards the beginning of this movie, I think the first act of this movie was like
brilliant.
Perfect. It was really good.
It was very good.
It was just like
first act and second act. I think it was pretty good. But when it got to the third act,
well, I think the second act got a little bit of slow, like when Baby starts meeting Deborah, like because that felt a little bit slow. But I think it still was interesting enough. I liked the romance. I thought it was good.
I think it was very cute, and it like added to Baby's character overall because he seems very alone in the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you see him caring for his, foster father and stuff. You can get a clear image of his life, and I think Edgar Wright did a really good job of portraying him and making him seem like, really showing his.
Yeah, because when you first were in the movie theater, you're watching, you're like, oh, this is really good, and it would keep on building, and it would build, and then it just went downhill. I think the ending of the movie wasn't the best. They could have done a lot better job at the ending. The ending, there's just the antagonist on there just wasn't good. I mean, it was a good movie, but the ending, they could have done the ending way better.
I really don't think it deserves the 98% Rotten Tomatoes it has at all.
Yeah, it's kind of they had such a good such good momentum, and they just killed it. Like it just died.
Well, I think I liked the ending, but I think it could have been I think it could have been shorter. I feel like they could have took out a lot of stuff. And I feel like the ending, it's sort of like, I still enjoyed it. I still felt it was, well shot, a lot of good action scenes in there, but I felt like it sort of turned into like an unrealistic Vin Diesel Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah. Exactly. There's too much action, and it really killed the vibe.
I think
that problem is they didn't build up the antagonist as much as they should have. I mean, like, when you guys watch the movie, you'll see that the antagonist is something you don't even expect, and it's like you're just like, okay, really, it's not even like, it didn't make really that much sense.
But
to me.
Overall, the cast was great, though. I thought all the performances were good. Especially, I really enjoyed Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx was really good.
He did a good job of just being like the cool, like don't mess with me, I'm gangster.
Except he's annoying as heck, and probably.
But guys, so what we do in these non-spoiler reviews is we give ourselves a rating, what we think that the movie deserved. We'll start off with Jacob down there. What do you think this movie deserved?
Honestly, I did have very high hopes going into it, as it had a 98%, but I think it drops down to like an 88, that far because of the third act. So, see you, Hunter.
I overall thought it was really good movie. I liked all the performances were well. The whole plot of the story, the way music was put into it. I mean, the soundtrack was amazing. I think I mean, the third act didn't affect me too much where it's going to like affect my score that much. I would give it I'm going to go a solid 90%. I feel like it was 90 material, it could have been a lot better towards the end. But
you know, what I think helped me out is because we went into the movie not even knowing what it was about pretty much. We didn't even watch anything. We just went in there and watched it and, you know, absorbed as much as we could without knowing anything. And I feel like that helped it out a little bit. The ending did affect my score. I feel like they kind of butchered the ending and it wasn't as good as it could have been. I'm going to go with an 83% because I think they could have done better. The beginning was amazing. I can't get over how good of a job they did, but
it's
the
definitely
ending
worth watching for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
No doubt about that.
it's just not that ending that you hope for. But I mean,
But going back to the beginning, I think this is one of those movies that's going to be remembered for a long time. Like, it's a classic, and that whole beginning is something that will be probably known as one of the best.
Overall, a good action movie that wasn't over the top all the time, except for a little bit for the end. But
it felt very like genuine. It wasn't like, in the beginning, it wasn't like every action movie, and then in the end, it started to kind of become cliche.
But it still made you have, you know, you got attached to the character, and I think it did really good.
I think this movie is, nobody really knows about it, and that's why we're making this video.
Yeah,
so you
go
guys
out
can
and see it.
Because our theater was pretty empty, I thought, and it was like the day it came out. So, I mean, if you guys go see it, it's a really good movie. I just don't really like the ending, and I know a lot of people don't, but it's still a good movie to sit there and watch. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this non-spoiler review of Baby Driver. If you guys did, hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys so much.